What's up, guys? This is Chad with Living the Van Life up here in Washington. Today I've got the van tucked away at the back of the Mount Baker ski area up here in the North Cascades of Washington State. So I'm tucked away back here, got my own little cove of winter wonderland back here with the van set up. Got the solo stove set up with some firewood. We got lots of firewood for tonight because it is supposed to get downright cold. We've got a forecasted low of 16 degrees Fahrenheit, which is right around -8 degrees Celsius. Lots of firewood here that we can burn through in the stove here. Now for tonight's meal, we got something very, very special. We're actually gonna take a little bit of a cultural diversion here on the Living the Van Life YouTube channel here this evening, and gonna cook you guys a special meal, so we'll get into that later. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get some coals going here. I've got the stove here stacked up, lots of wood. We'll get a nice bed of coals going down here at the bottom. So far it's not snowing right now, which is pretty nice because the last few times that I've been camping out here in the snow, it's been dumping so hard that about every half hour to 45 minutes I've got to keep the awning cleared off, and then I've got to put it away at night. So hopefully without it snowing we can just leave it out and be able to enjoy it out here. Well, the temperature is definitely dropping. It has cleared off. Most of the clouds are gone, which means the temperatures are going to start falling rapidly. I just checked the thermometer. It's 25 degrees Fahrenheit right now, which is probably about -4 degrees Celsius, which means this meal is going to be even more important. And I'm actually really excited about this meal. As I mentioned before, this is going to be more of a cultural type of meal, which I think is pretty awesome. And we're going to cook up a Korean dish tonight. It's actually called Korean Army Stew, which in Korea is known as budae jjigae. Budae actually means army base, and jjigae means soup. So today we're going to make this traditional Korean dish in an 8-inch Dutch oven, and we're going to do it in a simplified way. Nongshim makes a K-Army stew, and it's a package of noodles that comes with some ingredients, and it's going to make it nice and easy to be able to cook this up here over a campfire. And Nongshim was nice enough to sponsor today's video, so we're out here in the wilderness cooking a nice, warm, hearty meal while it gets downright cold out here. I'm pretty excited about this, but yeah, let's get to cooking because I'm hungry. The cool thing about this meal is the fact that it's actually got some history. After the Korean War, food was scarce in South Korea. In fact, the people dwelling in and around the U.S. Army bases made use of the commonly processed meats such as hot dogs and Spam and ham, along with canned baked beans as well. And born from that was budae jjigae, Korean Army stew. Even though this stew was born out of the consequences of war-stricken poverty, it still remains an exquisite dish of people who are fans of Korean food these days. Common ingredients now include stuff like Vienna sausages, bacon, pork, tofu, ground beef, instant noodles, macaroni, rice cake, American cheese, mozzarella, scallions, chili peppers, garlic, mushrooms, and other vegetables in season. But for today, since we're up here in the middle of winter and it's cold, we're gonna make this traditional dish with a few simple ingredients. So here on my plate, I've prepared 1/4 can of Chef's Crown ham. I've got 1 ballpark hot dog, and then I've got 60 grams of fresh Korean kimchi. We're gonna go ahead and lower our Dutch oven down over the fire because we're gonna wanna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna take 750 milliliters of water. And right after we add the water, we're going to go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients. Now we want to get this to a boil, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this Dutch oven right into the flames. Alright. So here inside we've got our hot dogs, the kimchi, and also the Chef's Crown ham. And we're going to go ahead and bring this to a boil before we add our nongshim army stew. This is the first time that I've cooked any sort of soup in a Dutch oven, and it's cool being able to use the small 8-inch Dutch oven for this one. It's going to be the perfect size for what we need on this. Now the cool thing about this Korean army stew is that it actually gained quite a bit of notoriety. In fact, the United States President Lyndon B. Johnson loved the stew. He ranted and raved about it when he was back in Korea during one of his visits there. In fact, it even earned the name of Johnson stew because of that. And even Anthony Bourdain, which is the really famous and well-known celebrity chef, he was a big fan of Korean army stew as well. So the fact that we can be up here in the snow when it's cold cooking this over a fire, it's pretty cool that it's got some history behind it. Okay, let's take a look here. Ooh, yes. And there we go, we've got boiling soup. Now that we've got our boiling water, we're going to go ahead and add our nongshim K-Army stew. Now this is going to be the main ingredient for our dish tonight. There's our noodles. We're going to set those right in there. There are also a couple of other ingredients here. The soup mix, as well as some other dry ingredients. We're going to go ahead and add those in. Now the cool thing about the nongshim noodle package is the fact that this actually contains all of the flavors that the original soup did without having to go into the extensive preparation of the full recipe. And that's what makes it great for being able to come up here into the North Cascades and cook this when it's well below freezing. Okay, once we've got everything stirred in there, we're going to boil this for another 4 minutes. All right, I'm dying to take a look at this here. Yes. Now that looks like deliciousness. And who would have thought? With such simple ingredients, nice simple meal right here over a campfire. Living some van life way up here in the North Cascades. That looks like a delicious warm meal. Perfect for when it's 19 degrees out. Oh man, I cannot wait for this. This looks delicious. Wow. Oh. Seriously. I can definitely see why this dish could become very, very popular. Okay. Yes, please. I'm a fan. Wow. The flavor's unreal. This is certainly nothing like the 50 cents a package top ramen. No. This goes way above and beyond that. And I love the fact that the K-Army stew package comes with the chili beans inside of it and the flavor, the soup flavor that goes in it, tops it off. And the noodles are great too. I feel like your regular run-of-the-mill top ramen noodles always become so mushy, but these actually have some body and some texture to it. The right kind of chewy. And the meat with the hot dogs and the ham, that's perfect. And it's definitely got some bite to it. That Korean seasoning, that'll warm you right up. I love the kimchi in there too. Look at that. Nice big piece of kimchi. It's got great flavor and it adds a nice texture to it with the crunch. I mean, you could totally do this backpacking, no problem at all. The ingredients are simple, they're few, they're light. You could easily backpack in with this and enjoy this meal wherever you're at, way up in the mountains. Now, I think the only thing that I don't like about this situation is the fact that I didn't make more, because I could seriously sit here and overstuff myself the rest of the evening on this. Actually, to be honest with you, one package was more than enough. It just tastes so good, I want to keep going. All the way down to the last drop. Budae jjigae. Korean Army base soup. Well, I gotta say I'm definitely satisfied after that meal. I think the great thing about it is the fact that it was so simple. Nongshim packages up their portion of it in a nice package that would be great, like I said, for backpacking. Then of course you can throw in some other various ingredients, throw it into a hot pot, and within less than 10 minutes you've got yourself a nice warm meal. So that for me is absolutely key, is having something simple. And by all means, if you guys are interested in cooking something like this for yourself, check out the K Army Stew. It's available in all Asian and mainstream markets. Okay, I'm gonna clean things up, and then maybe we'll go for a stroll, sip some whiskey, and go check out some stars. That'd be awesome. I can certainly tell you it is cold out here. It is 13 degrees Fahrenheit, which is negative 10.5 degrees Celsius. The clouds have cleared off, and when it's this cold, that means the air is super, super crisp and clean. We're about 50 miles as a crow flies from the nearest city, so you get minimal light pollution. That means that the stars are out in major, major force. So it's cool just to kick back here with the open skies and check out the stars. And it's so quiet. I've got my Marmot down coat on right now. This thing is a freaking champion. It's got massive amounts of loft. And in fact, you can see there's ice forming on the outside of the actual jacket, but on the inside, perfectly warm. Nice, dry, crisp evening like this. A down coat is absolutely perfect. I just love how warm and comfortable they are. And definitely enjoying a cup of whiskey out here on the trail, most definitely. Well, I thought it'd be cool to snap some photos of these stars. Got myself out into a wide open area here, and I'll set up the camera, get some shots, and then probably mosey on back to camp and see if we still got ourselves a fire going back there, because I got lots of firewood to burn. Alright, cool. Well, I'm going to grab some photos here, see what we can see for stars in some photos. I'll catch you guys afterwards. It's 11 degrees Fahrenheit. This is crazy. Check this out. It's 11.4 degrees Fahrenheit outside, which on the Celsius scale, that means it's negative 11.4 degrees Celsius. That's an interesting crossover. I've never actually seen that before. Anyways, here inside the van, it's 70 degrees and 21 degrees Celsius. So with the diesel heater in here just trucking along, it keeps things nice and comfortable. Quite honestly, it is important to keep these curtains closed in here. Typically, I find that it raises the temperature about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Nonetheless, when it gets cold like this, I do wear a set of sweatpants and a hoodie when I go to bed, and then I'll probably just turn the heater down to low. Alright, well, oh, it has been a long day. And I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep, that is for sure. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. Alright guys, I'm gonna catch you guys in the morning. Oh. Good morning, boys and girls. Survived through the night. It is still plenty chilly outside. It is a bluebird day out there right now. There is not a single cloud in the sky, and it's just crystal clear. It's unbelievable. I think I'm just gonna enjoy a good old cup of tea. I haven't done a good tea in a while. I always keep the stash of tea around. And of course, with the Jetboil, a cup of tea is always a few minutes around the corner. Licorice mint, good flavor. Just like that, we've got ourselves some boiling water. Man, I miss drinking a good cup of tea. There for a while I was drinking tea all the time when I first got the Jetboil, just because it was so easy, and you actually grow to appreciate a good cup of tea. This makes me realize how much I've missed it. Man, it's so cool out there. Pretty dang cool to be able to wake up with a view like this. This is one of the things I'm thankful for van life. Is the fact that you can bring your home up here and experience this just like this. Okay, I'm gonna keep getting organized here and see if I can't get out to enjoy some of this beautiful sunshine. It's not very often up here in Washington that we get a beautiful clear day like this in the wintertime. Being able to get out here and enjoy this is a unique opportunity, so I'm gonna take advantage of that for sure. Well guys, it is time to bring this van adventure to a close. It was actually a pretty special opportunity to get you guys out here on a bluebird day. It's not often that we get to experience that up here in a Pacific Northwest winter. That means it gets cold, which the lowest I saw last night was 11 degrees, which is about negative 11 degrees Celsius. If you guys like this video, make sure and hit the like button. If you guys got any questions or comments, make sure and leave them in the comment section down below. And if you guys have made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing. I'd be stoked to have you guys on board for the rest of this journey. And if you do hit the subscribe button, make sure and hit the bell next to the subscribe button, because that's going to notify you anytime videos like this are posted. All right guys, I'm going to get out of here and hit the road, head down this here mountain. Peace out. Keep on trucking.